Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti, and if you don't know, I'm the face, the voice, and the hands behind all the content here under Infiniti Crafting Co., as well as the blog site InfinityCraftingCompany.com. Today, as promised, I am here. I am uploading on a Saturday, which is not normal for those of you who've been around for a while, but I am here to check in with you guys on the design along. If you have any questions about the design along so far, feel free to leave me a comment down below or leave me a comment on that first episode, part 1 of the design along, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So far so good. I've gotten some really fun feedback from you guys, especially people who like to make their own garments. They like seeing variations of how people construct things, so that always brings a smile to my face, because I know sometimes I do little quirky things or whatnot's just coming from my experience, because I've been doing this crochet thing for almost 10 years now. So you learn little things along the way, and I find it fun. I find that that's part of the fun of doing YouTube with the crochet stuff, or doing Rumble with the crochet stuff, because I get to show people my experiences over the last many years. So anyway, speaking of the first part of the design along, I want to thank everybody that turned out last Saturday, because I was not expecting so many people to show up and watch the video. Night one, usually a few people will trickle in, and then over time I'll gain like more views on that particular video. But there were like 70 people that showed up night one, so thank you so much for tuning in and getting started with me. I hope you guys are having fun with this process like I am. I'm enjoying seeing how it's coming out. It's called a design along, FYI, because I'm kind of designing as I go. There was a little bit of planning, but most of that planning took place in my head. I did a really rough sketch, which you guys saw in part 1, and from there I just kind of went for it. So, well, I'll show you guys a little sneak peek at the end of this video, but that's what's gotten me here. I've been working on my sleeves. I've stitched up one side of my sweater, and I worked out the armhole, and I made an entire sleeve, and I've this morning finished sewing the sleeve onto the body, and I think it's decent. I always think things look better on me than they do on the mannequin, but that remains to be seen. I like how it's turning out so far. So okay, let me rewind a little bit. I put out a couple of community polls. One on Instagram, one on YouTube, because I've been thrusting my audiences into the spirit of Christmas for a minute, and just kind of prattling on about this project that I've been recording. And on Instagram, people were like, yeah, go for it. And I was kind of like, ooh, okay. But like after I looked at my results, I realized that like I had some of my friends who were super supportive and super nice, but don't crochet. They were like, yeah, bring it on. But like my crocheters were like, please have mercy on me. And then this morning I woke up and saw that 80% of my YouTube audience was like, please cool your jets, Infiniti, stop. So I understand. Those panels are quite something to work through. So I will be posting part 2 of this design along on Saturday the 10th instead of this weekend, to give you guys a little extra time to hash out those panels and get your sewing done and weaving in those ends and all that fun crochet stuff. But everything's going great so far. I have plans, okay? Infiniti has plans. There is so much going on between Infiniti Crafting Co. right now and life stuff, and then stuff that overlaps the two. So I appreciate you guys' patience with just everything in general as it comes to the channel, but also with the design along. And I appreciate the engagement with the posts. That brings a smile to my face also, because I'm just like, okay, sometimes it's like when you put stuff out there, it's like crickets resounding back, and then other times people are like really game to respond and whatnot. So I appreciate all the engagement and all the interaction. It makes my day, made my weekend. I was saying something, darn. What was I saying? I have plans, guys. I have remembered. I have plans for this design along. I am typing up what I am doing as I am creating it, because I've designed quite a few sweaters over the years, and so this one kind of follows the basic format of how I would normally construct a sweater. So I, using prior references and then, you know, combining things that I've learned in the time since I've designed other sweaters, I'm just like, okay, let me write out this pattern. So I'm thinking that I will, once I get to a good point and finish my version of the sweater, I'm thinking that I'll finalize some things and put that pattern out on the blog, I think. And then if people want to support the content and, you know, help me to design stuff in the future, then I will also have the PDF file over in the shop on my website. I don't know if I'm going to upload it to Coffee or Etsy yet. There are 3 places where I put my patterns in general. It's my website first, then Etsy, and then Coffee. Don't know if I'm going to do those last 2 for this one. Have no idea. I'll think about it, or you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see as far as like posting those patterns out there in the world. I also kind of want to reformat my patterns. It's been a while. I think it's been 2 years. So I might end up doing that. But nonetheless, that remains to be seen, and I do believe that with the PDF version, I'm going to put together all the parts of the tutorial into one video and have them uploaded so people can kind of access that in an ad-free way. So anyway, that remains to be seen. Leave me a comment below if you'd like to see that be done, then it shall be done. Otherwise, I'll just quietly do it and it will exist there until somebody finds it. So today I am going to work on recording the video and also being over here and recording stuff so that I can have content go up, tomorrow on Sunday and as well as Wednesday. There's some projects that I want to do, but I'm currently working on a little something, so some of my content is on hold at the moment, you know, just trying to work some things out. I'm excited to share that with you guys. For any updates with the design along with things pertaining to Infiniti Crafting Co. or any of the knitting projects or crochet projects that you see that you like, you can find them on my blog site. I do implore you guys to support the content by visiting the blog, signing up for the newsletter so you don't miss out on those blog post updates. I don't post too often, which I should. I'm trying to work on posting more blogs more often, but it's a time thing as well as an idea thing. Sometimes I just don't have the ideas for blog content. So anyway, you know, and if all those words aren't your thing, then check me out on Instagram. I will leave all of that linked in the description box below as well as the top comment so you can find it easily. And until next time, guys, happy making! Alright guys, take a look. This is what I have so far. I haven't done any of the end weaving on this side, so we can just ignore the side without a sleeve. This is so exciting for me. I originally wanted to do the sleeve in all green, but I think it's actually working out in the grand scheme of things to have it be 2 colors. Like I said, I was running out of green, and I'm definitely trying to stay within the parameters I set in the first video, which was 3 skeins of each. So far it's working out. I have enough yarn to continue onto my next sleeve with this color. It's absolutely obnoxious, but I love it so much. And then, like I said, I figured out the armhole math because, as you guys saw on the other side, the armhole is super huge over here. I think on mine it ended up being 88 stitches. I was able to decrease that and make the armhole match up exactly with the stitch count at the top of the sleeve. And I sewed it together in a way that I've been kind of contemplating for a while. Underneath the arm, little pro tip, I always, when I attach sleeves, whether it's knitting or crochet, I always work directly at this underarm seam or somewhere generally under the arm, because if you goof up in those first few stitches, you don't have to worry about people seeing it because it will be hidden under the arm. So I just wanted to point that out because I did realize that I did something weird under here with like a mattress stitch when I was sewing it, and I was like, oh no, you can see that on the other side. but it's underneath the arm and to the back, so I should be good on that. I'll make sure not to make that same mistake during the recording session of the tutorial. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek for what you're in for on Saturday, again, December 10th. Alright, I'm going to quit rambling. I'm going to get to recording. I know you guys are like, get to work, Infinity. So that is what I'm going to do. And until then, till next time, happy making.